Old Mr. B, the Force has left you. Rock with Vader sooner than later.
It's the old fella here. All right, this one took some sorting out. This is the interview with Rio. Well, interview is totally the wrong word. So laid back, honestly, it was a chat. Anyway, basically, if you like, that's Rio behind me. Obviously, Gary Holloway's artwork as usual, and also, they've done some artwork and stuff and all the rest of it on a t-shirt. And there you go. I have one. Let's get it right. I'm all over the place. That's what happens when you get old. Anyway, I was going to put it on, but it's a bit chilly today. Right. The off one. Anyway, basically, this is just it. This is just the start, and information will all be down below. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on with it. Now, everybody, it's the old fella back. With me today, I have
Rio. Hello, well. We rehearsed that one.
It was definitely expecting us all to do that in unison there.
Yeah,
Definitely not taken by surprise whatsoever.
We'll note that for next time.
well, unfortunately, there's no one got the drum beats. Keep you all in,
That's my bad.
Oh.
That's all me. That's all me.
Yeah. Well, if you like to sort of say who you are,
Yeah. So my name is James number 2. This is James number 1. I am the drummer for Rio.
I'm James. I'm the bassist for Rio.
Should I say?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Rio, singer.
I'm John. I make guitar noises for Rio.
Yeah. Well, no, that's me. I make guitar noises. I'm not a guitarist. But yeah, right. Now, the thing about what I find interesting about this is, well, how did you all meet?
That's an interesting story. You want to tell it?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I met Rio when she was recording an EP back in October.
2 years ago?
22.
20.
So
20.
you're in the studio recording.
With my old lineup.
Yeah, the old lineup. And we got talking after that day just off because I really liked the sound, and she showed me Guild. I was really enjoyed that. And then she started probably about a few months later. Rio's like, "Oh, hey, I'm looking to do some heavier sounds. Like, would you be interested in helping me out?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Let's get some demos down. Let's work on stuff, and we'll see what happens." Thinking it was in unison with the others at the time. And then another 6 months after that, we got you on board.
Yep, I responded to like a join my band or something like that, I think it was. And yeah, I kind of pinged over an email. And me and Rio were chatting backwards and forwards, and did a tryout for the guys, which was quite funny because it was one drummer in, out, and then another drummer straight away in the same session. So it was a case of play, pack down, and bugger off to a certain degree, which was quite funny because myself, I've never been in that kind of situation, but it was all good. And obviously, they liked me so much that they messaged me on the same night before I even got a chance to hit the pillow.
I think about 45 minutes later. Actually.
It was about 45 minutes.
Within the hour.
It was over a case of they've not had that many good drummers beforehand. And the person after me was probably a little less enthusiastic, and they probably were younger than me. That's probably not a downside to it. But yeah, they asked me if I would like to join, and I and ahed, and I gave them a really long, 30-second pause before I messaged back and Yeah, so that's my part of the entry into the band, and then we then started a very long process after that.
Grueling process.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
grueling. Don't get me wrong. The chaps that we had to audition for John's role, the guitarist,
Yeah.
they were very good.
They were.
They were very good, but something just didn't really sit right. As you know, we kind of got to the end of the session, and we did a couple of songs, and we had some videos from them playing through some of the songs as well.
Mhm.
And we met John, and he came in, and we kind of looked at each other and thought, this sounds quite nice. Should we get this long-haired freak in? And
But it wasn't that.
It was a real weird experience at my little tryout thing.
yeah,
Because I had a very different experience to yours in that I didn't have like people before or after. It was just like
no, yeah,
it was just 3 hours in a room with me, which I'm sorry for.
yeah.
But we ran through like 4 or 5 songs, whatever it was, and then it wasn't a case of like, oh well, go home and we'll let you know it was all right. We finished that last song.
Mhm.
Do you want it?
Yeah. It literally was a case of that. We kind of went out into the corridor, I think it was,
I
and
didn't even do that. I
No,
was
we were
there.
in the room. I remember.
Yeah.
I literally turned
You
to
just-
you, and you were like, "Yeah," and then Ria
I
was
was
like,
just
"Yeah,"
like-
and I was like, "You're it."
We just looked at each other, went, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
it's one of those moments where it's very rare where you don't sit down like you get with these stupid
we were talking on like a cell phone, right?
we
At the time. We were like, okay,
we're like
what do you think?
yeah, we were kind of like
What do you
on
think of?
WhatsApp, and we were just like, so what do you think? Literally, like after a song played, and I was just like, actually,
Yeah,
what do you think? that was quite good. I'm feeling quite happy about how that played.
Well, you guys were subtle, and I just wasn't.
Yeah, no,
No,
100%.
he
and I was like,
knows.
"It's all right."
Yeah, I think it's just like literally going, yeah, it's okay, and I'm like, dude, seriously, subtlety
Yeah.
does not exist in your vocabulary at all.
To be fair, that's the first time that I've heard that bit because I just thought you were like really social or just really didn't care that I was there.
No,
You were
100%.
just texting.
100%. We were on WhatsApp. We were on WhatsApp messaging each other in the
We
room
were like-
whilst you were still there going,
James, what do
really,
you
this guy?
Yeah.
This guy? Are we
think?
sure? It was like, no, 100%. So that's kind of how we.
Weirdly, I think this is the actual first time we're actually having this conversation.
It is actually 100%.
This is legitimately the first time I've
This
heard
is a
this.
preview to actually how John made it into the band.
Because I think it was 2 or 3 months we were trying people out for, and like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
said, they were good, but it was
No,
just something I didn't.
Is
quite-
it true?
It was a while.
Yeah, it was.
It was ages.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was so long.
It got to the point where we were like, are we seriously going down this road? I think we started paying for plugins
Yeah, we were like, we just might not get
to actually, sit in front of the guitarist for us and just like, are we going to be a 3-piece with a guitarist
or
that's just
paying a second
Yeah.
player.
synthetic or trying to find
Yeah. We were really hopeless.
we were.
Yeah, we
See,
were.
the difference is now though you're still hopeless, but now you have a guitarist.
Yes. I don't know how that is. So if there's any other guitarist out there looking for a rock,
Can I just point something out here? For a hopeless band, sold out, that says an awful lot.
well,
And after that show, someone came up to me at least, and they were like, "Do you want a second guitarist?"
Oh, yeah, that was my friend. That was my friend Sam.
And someone asked me to adopt them.
And I love Sam. And Sam is a phenomenal guitarist. And if Sam's watching this, I love you. You should come hang out again.
Yeah.
But he
I
says
think
this a
wasn't he
lot.
one of the ones that we approached for a
So he was, but unfortunately, he's going to kill me for saying this. But I'll tell you.
He's like in a band. He always said, "Do you want like a second guitar?"
well, that's the thing, isn't it? It was like the kind of syndrome.
The issue with Sam is, and I love Sam with it, but he doesn't have time to commit, and that's
That's
how it
fair.
is, isn't it?
That's
That's what I've always said to him. Like, listen, you're great, you're phenomenal. I love you to pieces. You're one of my best friends, but you got to commit, and he can't. So
You've also missed off the important bit. I'm better.
Oh,
This is interesting because I've not asked many questions.
yeah, sorry.
yeah. Sorry,
we have a habit of derailing everything anyone ever.
Yeah, we
It's
do
all
go off on
right.
tangents.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all
I
right.
was going to say, if it's gone about 30 seconds with that derailed, then
I was going to ask when you all started playing your instruments, but go on, go for it. When did you start playing the drums, James too?
Well, just you can call me James too, or you can refer to me as Jay. It's my stage. It's either one will do. I don't care. So actually, if you want my life story in a nutshell, due to my age, I started playing guitar when I was about 11. Yeah, I was playing guitar when I was 11. Yeah,
The guitar.
yeah.
I just thought you had it for decoration.
No. I can actually play. I can play Wonderwall, which is quite poignant right now. But if I was going to play it, exactly, I would never play it at all. But I started playing drums probably from around about the age of 14. Just trading them off with my drummer in my band at the time. So he wanted to play guitar, I wanted to play drums. So we traded off lessons. Then I stopped. Play guitar for a little bit, and then I'd probably say drum wise over the past 8 years or so has been my main instrument going forward. Everything else has kind of taken a backseat. Yes, I do have guitars in my drum room, just around the corner. But yeah, drums, I've got an electric drum kit, I've got an acoustic drum kit. Realistically, when we play sort of like a proper live shows, if the stage deems fit, I should be using my hybrid kit. So I merge the two together, especially when it comes to tracks like Guild, where we kind of mix the electronic section and the acoustic section in sort of like the chorus. That's what we use. And we've done this previously in sort of like the studio as well. We've played around with that in here as well when they've not had the kids around to make noise and get them upset or anything like that. But yeah, sorry, I'm waffling on.
You're good.
No, I'm good. So yeah.
Over to James, the bass player.
You guys don't even know this, but I started out playing clarinet when I was a kid. When I was
Clarinet. You like a good little wind instrument, don't you?
only goes down.
Oh,
So I started off being, I guess, somewhat classically trained in woodwind instruments.
never knew
And then I stopped playing it when I was 11, and then never picked up an instrument until I was 18. And then I picked up the bass guitar
Huh?
and didn't look back. So I've been playing that for.
Did you look back in anger?
Don't look back in anger. I heard them so.
Wow, I never knew that. Clarinet.
Clarinet. Played the steel pans at one point as well, like when I was 12.
Really?
Yeah, for like one lesson, it was boring.
Are you really into calypso for a bit?
Not really.
No.
I just thought they looked cool. But anyway, sorry. So I've been playing bass for about 12 years in
Well,
total.
I'm classically trained in the triangle.
Hey.
Better than me.
Did you know?
Everyone likes a good ting.
No, did you know you can do so? Like in guitar and bass and drums and that, there's grades. There is a
Really?
graded like set for triangle.
Really?
Yes, you can do grade 8 triangle. It's basically just like living with tinnitus.
I was going to say, do you have to learn math as well to know what like Pythagoras theory is?
Have you ever listened to a grade 8 triangle piece?
No.
Yeah, it's just tinnitus. It's awful.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
it's
that's what I was
bizarre.
taught. So that's what I was taught at school anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rick, yourself?
Me.
Yes, instrumented.
When I was 5 years old, I was forced to go to piano school.
Forced. It's terrible.
I used to enjoy piano.
Used to enjoy it.
Used to enjoy piano when I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
That- Parents made me do it. I really enjoy it. That's what they tell me. Anyway.
Best times of my life. I love it.
Yeah. I think 5 years later I quit, and after that I started to play the guitar, and it wasn't good. I wasn't good. I was like, okay, I wanna be a good guitar player. I played. Oh my god, my fingers are so hurting. I stopped playing the guitar.
Well, that's
3 days
the
later.
problem.
Yeah, and then 1 year later, I started play again, and it's 3 days. In another 3 days, 1 year later, that's me.
Well, there's your problem.
Singing.
Yeah.
How long have
Yeah.
you actually been singing for?
No, singing is I mean, well, from the school, like I don't remember. But singing like easy. You can sing. Everyone can sing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh no!
No.
Oh
No.
no!
You don't give
it's-
yourself enough credit.
No, it's like a
hard.
bag of cats drowning in a river. If I start singing, it's terrible.
That's why we don't sing.
Exactly. That's why I sit behind the drum kit, make noise, and don't say anything outside.
Let these two deal with it.
Exactly.
But I think when I was like junior high school student or high school student, I used to go to like a karaoke.
Karaoke's good.
It's like-
you say karaoke like it's a bad thing. I love me some
No,
karaoke.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
100%.
Yeah, I always do like maybe 5 or 6 hours.
In karaoke?
Yeah,
A day?
yeah.
But it's more
wait,
of a
wait.
culture thing.
I was going to say, it's quite a big thing.
Japanese, this is a thing.
Yeah.
It's like what you just do, right? Because you get like the little booths and stuff. Right?
Did you not get by the fact that it wasn't karaoke, it's karaoke?
Oh, right. Here we go.
Yeah.
This guy.
Don't don't set me off on karaoke because I call idle bands karaoke because they haven't got a group behind them.
And well, for me, I mean, if we want to do my full history, I started on recorder
Hey.
when I was about what 6?
Everyone in assembly.
Yeah,
That's how your recorders.
did that for
London
about,
Bridge is falling down.
about a
Yeah.
year when I was 6. 7, realized guitar was a lot cooler. I wanted to learn violin, but they didn't have any violins at school, so I got stuck with recorder.
I still don't
Oh.
want to play.
No,
Oh,
It's expensive.
Yeah.
where
I'm punishing if you're a neighbour.
and if it's you just doing it,
They only got 4 string. They can't be that much different what I do.
I can't tolerate something where I sound bad at it, so it would have been a disaster.
So why do you sing?
Because most of the time I can't hear myself do that, so I'm fine. No, so I started guitar when I was about 7. I was classically trained as well. I did classical for about 11 years. Then I realized that I wasn't going home and listening to classical guitar. I was going home and listening to Enter Sandman, and decided again that was cooler. So started devoting a lot more attention.
What's it sound
And
about?
That's
Metallica song.
What did you think you
I think it
said?
was samba.
Sandbag.
It's
Oh,
samba.
sandbag.
Doing the samba.
Very different.
It's samba.
I think it was samba.
I mean, if you
I believe it.
if you want to write something samba, I'm down for that. Like, I'll do a bossa nova version of Ronin. Why not?
Yeah, well,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
When-
But you know, from about 11 years after I started, so was that about, I don't know, about 17. I started doing electric guitar much more like intensively. I always played it in the background anyway, but that's when it became the only thing I did, I guess is the best way of putting it. And unfortunately, for all those years of practice, this is what you're stuck with. So here I
I'm a
am.
very talented guitarist that makes really weird noises.
Yeah, and that's what we love.
That's the weird noises. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hey,
that's
see?
what we love about your playing.
I just make weird noises thanks to my box of tricks on the floor.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a little rack behind me. It just I dial things in, I press buttons, and it goes wah. I'm like, cool, we'll do that.
To be fair, I feel like every time we rehearse, you always come in and go, I've got a cool new weird noise I want to use. And we're like,
Yeah.
no, and we're like, yeah, we'll make that work.
Well, I'm gonna get weird because I've just ordered an Ebo.
Oh, for a while. So I've massively cut down my guitar collection. I'm now down to just the 2 that I actually use in Rio. But I had one with a sustainer for about 2 years. Like a shameless bit of self-promotion here. If you check my YouTube channel, I've actually done a video with it, where it was a terrible joke of how long can it go for, and I literally just left it on all day and went to do other stuff and came back and it was still going.
Yeah, that's a complaint I have actually because I've got none of your YouTube channels, your individual ones.
Oh, I don't have one. Well, I do.
I think I don't have really a YouTube. I did try like doing random play along videos and stuff like that on YouTube. Didn't get no traction at all, so I kind of dropped it. It still exists. I think I'm more active on Instagram than anything these days.
Right.
I don't even do that. I don't gaming YouTube stuff. I don't even do music stuff for the longest time. So
Mine exists.
that's why just lives there to just let me watch things now.
That might exist, but I haven't uploaded in quite a long time. Keep meaning to get back onto it, and then I started something else that took my time up instead. It's still
That is true. That is very true.
Takes up all our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only like that during like our daily work, I don't know about you guys, and I was mentioning this to my colleagues at work earlier on today, it's the fact that every time I pick up my phone now, which is a great thing, don't get me wrong about this, but every time I pick up my phone, it's like Instagram notifications,
likes, and comments.
Yeah.
It's great.
and it's just like it's crazy. It's crazy. Considering, technically speaking, as this foursome right now, we've only technically done what, one show, one and a half, two shows.
Well,
two
yeah,
shows.
so we've done one 30-minute set and one 15-minute set for
Correct.
Battle of the Bands.
Correct, and we're posting, and it's like
How long have you actually been together as a band?
Do you know what? Actually, I was talking to my
As a
colleague.
fully cohesive unit since I joined, 30th of December.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
about, yeah,
So less than 1 year, I
It's
guess.
been about 8 months and a bit.
yeah,
so yeah, about 8 months and a bit.
Right.
which is
right.
actually crazy.
Yeah,
I know.
I thought it was longer, but it's not.
no,
Nope.
it's not less than a year. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So-
I also owe you an apology because Guild, I reacted to the wrong one. I reacted to the music video instead of the flipping proper
No,
the
it's
lyrics
fine.
on the lyric video.
Oh, it's still a great,
Yeah,
it's still a
yeah.
great video. It's,
Still,
at the end of the day,
yeah.
the music's
I
the
know.
same. So
yeah.
It's a good song.
Silly
I love
me.
Guild.
I just
Guild's
saw
my
it there,
favourite.
got the information, dumped that's it, reacts to it. Then I went back to you, Stu. I won't repeat what I said.
Yeah. We can imagine what you said. Yeah, yeah, because I probably would have done the same thing. Because you
I
stupid.
I
James.
never swear on my channel, but believe you me, at home, when I'm not on YouTube, the air's blue here. I'm always scolding myself.
I bet.
It is a real challenge because I swear like a sailor who's just stubbed their toe.
I mean, to be fair, we're like that. in the
Real
rehearsal
challenge.
room.
Oh yeah.
This is, we're terrible.
Let's face it. We're very young. Well, sorry, they're very young. I'm necessarily
Hold
not.
it,
but-
hold it. You can zip it. You're young.
All right. Look, I'm saying us here, and I'm saying that you're. Oh, God,
I am
help
old.
me. I'm
No,
going.
you're on your own, mate.
You say this is the part where you say,
Okay, I'm going off to find a sandcastle and bury my head.
So if anyone wants a trout for a drummer, for
Trout. Come here.
I know I said no one wants a trout for drums.
Oh, dude. Seriously, I'm not talking to you anymore.
Anyway,
Doors closed.
moving, this is, I tell you what, this is the most interesting interview I've done because you lot are absolute riots because one talks, then it all goes into something else. I'm just thinking, yep, this is
really
interesting.
glad you went for that. And
So
not-
this kind of ells into how our creative process works really as well at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, because sometimes it will come to the point where Rio, for example, she probably, if anything in a sense, creates most of the stuff that gets sent out on our Google Drive.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I love the way that you always kind of correct me on that one. Is that right? Google Drive?
Google Drive. Google, yes,
Google Drive.
Yeah.
Google Drive. What do I normally call it? I'll call it something else.
Dropbox.
Dropbox or something like that. Anyway, on a shared drive, and then we'll all kind of listen to it and then kind of do our own kind of spill on it, which is good.
Well, you had the drums, which drastically changes it.
Yeah, 100%.
I
Because
would
Rio
like
would
it.
send me like the drum track with like an octopus or animal from the bloody Sesame Street with like, an octopus.
He's saying you need to be an octopus to play the stuff you write.
Ah.
Because you write stuff that
Impossible parts.
physically cannot be manually played.
I'll
in real life.
disagree with that. I'll disagree with that.
Oh no, trust me, it's
No,
impossible.
it's-
When I sat there and looked at it, going, you can't
I
get three
could probably
crashes at the
name
same time.
three drummers that are female that can do it. But they're all Japanese, by the way. But
Do they have 6 arms?
no, because they're just so flipping good. I mean, I think a lot of it is with them is because they're, if you like, they're a lot shorter. They haven't got so far to go, so they can whiz around a lot quicker.
Look at your kick closer to me. That's all.
I'm not that tall. I mean, I'm about 5'7", 5'8".
I think Jim is about 4'11".
Too close to the kit. You're going to ruin your wrists by the time you're 30.
It's
Oh,
like
would-
one of the first photo shoots we did. There's one picture that will never get published, but I do think it's really funny. Of the 3 of us all lined up, and then literally over my shoulder, James is like,
Yeah. Isn't that like one of the elevator kind of lists?
Yeah, the reason we can't use that is because the photographer's got to soften the reflection.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we probably wouldn't.
No, I hate that picture because literally my head's like,
Yeah, that's why I want to use it. 'Cause it's funny.
I'm literally trying to peek over your shoulder. It's the most uncomfortable I've ever been in a photo shoot. Just go.
And you're so deadpan as well.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right.
That's all right. It's my sense of humour. Don't worry.
No.
No, you generally got to keep us on track because
Yeah.
we've gone on a run for an hour and go, well, where are we?
We'll be doing this for like 3 more hours. So, yeah.
No, normally it lasts about an hour, but the rate this is going, I'll end up.
All right, well,
having-
Okay, we'll put our serious faces on now.
I don't normally. I don't normally
the
do
algorithm loves it.
editing.
The algorithm
Right?
loves long videos. We're
Yeah.
fine.
I don't normally edit, but I think in this case I'm gonna have to do it. No,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry about. No, okay. What? Who are your favourite bands and who inspired you
What, as a group or individually?
individually? But keep
Why
it
didn't
brief.
you guys just-
Keep it short, individually.
Let's start with you, John.
Right,
Yeah,
we're
go
going
on.
to start with the most obvious one.
Yeah, go on then.
Well, given that I only, with Rio at least, only play
Britney
ESP
Spears.
guitars,
Taylor Swift.
I look like this, and my little vocal warmth consists mostly of shouting the word "yeah." Metallica and James Hetfield. There is a reason that back in Sheffield, where I'm from originally, I was referred to basically exclusively as Johnny Hetfield, and it was said with love. Like, this is just a thing that I do.
I didn't know that.
Didn't
That's
you?
really funny.
Oh, this was a thing for years.
That's adorable.
I would turn up somewhere just like, "Hey, Johnny Hetfield." Like,
So Metallica. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm very basic, but you know, it works.
Cool. Ria.
9 Inch Nails. Okay. 9 Inch Nails, Rez, and Grimes. What is it? The Cure. And there's so many bands. Bad Omens.
Oh, yeah, you love that. don't you?
Yeah.
You're
Say.
obsessed.
I was waiting. for
Yeah.
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 If there's anything where we have to be like, what should we use as a reference? Bad Omens.
It's just anything else. Just
We need to try a slightly different snare sound on this. Oh, I've got a Bad Omens thing that I can use.
Obsessed with that.
Did I say anything untrue just then?
Denial is the first one.
Arctic Monkeys.
Like Arctic
This
Monkeys.
was the other reason why I'm here with the accent.
What about? Well, what is there any Japanese bands that you actually like?
Loudness.
Japanese band.
Ex Japan, Mary's Blood.
Try to remember. Uberworld.
Show you.
I listen to like a J-rock.
Okay, no, it's all right.
Right.
I mean, I don't. How long have you been in the UK?
2 years? No, 3 years, I guess.
Oh, 3 years. Okay.
Yeah,
That's all right.
yeah.
I was expecting you to come out with a load of Japanese bands. I'm thinking, I wonder how many I know. And
No, I used to listen to Japanese music when I was a kid and a Japanese idol. And then when I was like a junior high school student, I went emo, not into like idol or something. So I went like, yeah.
You discovered that, you know, there's 4 greasy
I
kids from
went
Sheffield.
itchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arctic Monkeys here.
So you always said you used to like when you're in Japan, you were like listen to just almost just Western music, and all your friends were like, "Who are you listening to?" And you're like, "Oh, these guys I've never heard of them." So-
Exactly. Oh, Muse. That's Muse. That's my
Muse, yeah.
influence. Yeah.
James.
Huh?
Bands.
My turn. Bands. Cliche for a bass player. Tool was number one. Justin Chancellor, what a legend. Love that guy. Breaking Benjamin, their original lineup with Mark, massive influence on my playing. He is phenomenal. Like his little intricacies, like So Cold and stuff, is amazing. And No.
Is that
Not electrical.
Why not electric cowboy? Come on, it's fine.
You're talking about my influences, like we're talking about my favorite bands. My favorite bands is Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park, and Killswitch Engage.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like actually influence of playing, it's gonna be Victor Wooten, phenomenal bass player. Mark James, fantastic. And yeah, Mark, I think his name is Klipetsky from Breaking Benjamin's original lineup, and Justin Chance and Geddy Lee. Oh, Geddy Lee, what a fucking legend! Great bassist.
Language service.
Not
Sorry,
not
sorry, children.
not Fami or Misa then,
No,
because you don't even know I'm talking about.
no.
I'm glad someone else said it. I'm just sat there. Like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, I'm ironically, for a musician, I'm quite sheltered with music.
Well, them two I just mentioned, the female bands. One's in Love Bites and one's in Bandmate.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know the names of Bandmate. Are sick.
They are sick.
They did a thing with The Warning recently that was really cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Warning, also a great band. You need to check these people out.
I'm an older person compared to everybody here. This side of the screen.
Okay.
Why are you so rude?
I'm not rude.
Sorry about that.
Why is it?
Sorry.
Why is it? You're going to come out with an excuse that I'm just going to kill off because I'm even older than you, and I listen to all these bands. I react to them all.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that from my side of things, I slightly go a little bit back where I was kind of brought up on bands like Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Nirvana, especially.
I'm going to give you an impression of you when you get to my age. Oh, back in the day when.
What's the name when he gets to your age? He's like that now.
Sorry, excuse me. There's an extreme bit happening behind this pillow that is not for viewer discretion. So yeah, like Offspring, like all these sort of like older bands, Muse, Green Day, Foo Fighters, Electric Callboy, if you want to put it on there as well. Again, all these kind of like genres make me the kind of the drummer that I am. But in previous bands, I also have a very hip hoppy rock, new metal kind of influence as well.
Okay, so you don't know, you wouldn't know Tamu out of Nemophila then.
100% no. I'm not even gonna lie. No, I'm not even gonna lie on that one. My knowledge sort of like from the east, west side, whatever, is very, very limited. I mean, you asked me to name a Japanese band, for example. I probably would say Baby Metal, and that is probably about my
No, that's not a band.
That's a metal idol.
It's the commie band behind them. They're like an idol group.
So yeah, that's probably where my instincts come from. But again, from my writing and playing style, it comes from not only what the song is going towards, but my influences as well.
You surprised me because I thought you'd be coming out with Ginger Baker.
Nah.
That's so nonchalant.
It's only at this point that I realise, because you start listing yours off and I go, oh yeah, I can't talk about all the weird stuff that I do and not mention Wes Borland somehow, because I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Which is unfair, because Wes Borland, not only was he a lovely person that one time that I spoke to him for about 5 seconds, makes guitar sounds that aren't guitar sounds. What do I do? Make guitar sounds that aren't guitar sounds.
What was he? When you met him, how was he dressed?
Normally, actually, it was before the show. And then about half an hour later, I found him on stage in full body paint. I was like, I'm not sure that's the same person. It's his experience, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Obviously, I've seen Limp Bizkit live as well. I've seen so many bands live.
Yeah, great band live. I've seen it with Horn as well live. That was really good.
Yeah,
a couple of years back.
I've seen bands probably before you lot were around. So yeah, but
I'm not going to say anything about that.
You can say what you like. Right. Well, I mean, I've got a silly question here. Is how did you come up with the band name? Yeah, that's answered that.
That's probably the quickest answer you're going to have this session.
That's as good as you get.
Yeah, he asked, how do you come up with a band name?
Oh, so it used to be real, but I Danish all because I thought it was cool, and I was into Mu. There was like a Danish singer, and I like her, so that's why like I put the like a crazy O
Yeah.
on my name. And then one day I was talking to my brother, and then he said, I think that name isn't good, and like it's not easy to search. So I was like, so what's your recommendation? And then he suggested me this, RE colon O. So I was like, oh, it's cool. But when I Google it, I can see like a residence. What is it, like game?
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 0. For a while, I would tell people how to spell it, and I'd go REO. Yes, like Speedwagon.
Yeah.
Well, we still have to because the last show we played as well, the poster they put it out was RE0. We're like,
Yeah.
no, I'm sorry.
Yes.
it's
There's
wrong.
just 3 lines
Yeah.
somehow you've got 2 things wrong.
Yeah.
There is a lot of Rios though, especially in Japan. When you go to search for bands, there's a lot with that name.
It's true. But if you put the colon and the O, there's only one that pops up. Even if you do a lowercase, I think I was Googling stuff earlier.
But the more
It's
important
funny.
question to ask, there's a lot of Rios, yes, but are there any as good as this Rio?
This Rio.
That's it. But I mean,
That was sweet.
I've been paid.
You've been paid in sweets.
That's the only payment you get, right?
Is that the Japanese version if you checks in the post?
Yeah, that is, yes. Don't eat it all at once.
I feel like you've just made a little video of how to train your guitarist.
That is going in the pocket for later.
Yeah. But I think there's so many. Rio is maybe, I don't know, like a real. There's like a Japanese singer, real, and also real now. I don't think they're like a singer named Rio. I don't know.
Oh, I'm not quite sure.
Looking at Ron Peter, if you want us to answer.
Listen, we just joined, all right? You done the market research.
I turned up, I was told it's called Rio, and now I'm here.
Yeah.
yeah, no, this is it. I mean, it's like how I come across you was just purely by chance. And I
Okay.
thought, hey, up another band I've not seen, or but so that's it. I'm on it. As soon as I see a new band, I just that's it. And then I start doing this, and I try to do as many interviews with as many bands as I can as well, because it's trying to promote the band. And I mean, we'll have a good title here. Interview with Mad Band,
True.
The most chaotic interview you'll see all day or something.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't matter. It
You
doesn't-
ever want to see an interview go off rail in a nicer way? Yeah. Hi.
I mean, it's like I normally ask, like, what's your favourite drink and food?
We're really boring. I don't really drink.
So my favorite drink, if I had to choose anything, is coffee. My favorite food is burgers.
Right, sorted.
Diet Coke. Love it. Obsessed. Don't look at me like that. And Korean fried chicken. But specifically homemade Korean fried chicken. It's just so
Right,
good.
yeah.
So good.
Cup of tea. Sushi.
Yeah.
No, I really
no,
like
no,
sushi.
it's fine. No, tea and sushi. That's, no one's judging here. John.
You made a grave mistake by trying to bribe me with bokashi because I don't eat or drink, I just exist.
It's very,
Yeah,
do you know what? That's very true. I actually have never seen John eat.
Mhm.
I've only ever seen him drink water.
Yeah.
I've never seen him eat.
I don't eat, I exist. I'm just
Yeah.
here and then
Okay.
I'm not.
Well, I just drink coffee.
Yeah, coffee is the best. 100%.
No.
Yeah, 100%. Coffee's the best.
Tea, never.
Latte.
See,
Cappuccino.
the joke is I'm English, but I don't like tea or fish and chips.
I don't like fish either. It's horrible.
I don't mind fish and chips.
I do like
Tea again. I'm very English.
You're not, but I just saw you make the tea. You definitely aren't English.
Okay, sorry. I put the milk in first before I put the water in.
You
Blasphemy.
Philistine.
I know, right? Shoot me.
Hold on. I know I don't make tea. That's where my parents made tea. Put the milk in first.
I say
Yeah.
this with
If
love.
you,
then.
if you
Your
know what
parents
you're
are
doing,
Philistines too.
there's no difference between putting the water in, then putting the milk in.
What?
There is. The
Why?
only time it's acceptable is for using bone china because you put the milk in first to stop it cracking the glass. That's the only the cup. That's the only acceptable time you put the milk in first.
But if you put,
and that's
what,
fully
but if you
as
put
well.
hot water in a cup straight away, it's got more chance of cracking than putting milk in first than cracking.
Not with a
Because the
ceramic
milk will
cup.
actually turn it colder.
Yeah, but you're not using bone china.
Well, you're just bone idled. Anyway,
American one.
Yeah.
but they're
Yeah.
still drinking. They're still drinking the tea that I made, though. Just
Hang
just
on.
to hype.
Listen to this. It's metal because I'm old, so if I drop it, it's not going to break.
It's fair.
That is someone who's learned from experience.
I was going to say, voice of experience right there.
it's what it is. It's just so. I don't know why I got it, but I just got it, and that was it. That was my excuse for getting it. 'Cause, although I've never dropped it yet, but it's always the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, dare I ask this question? Well, I think you probably answered it anyway. Do you play any other instruments? You've all said where you started, so we'll move on from that one. How often do you practice?
As often as we can. if I'm
Yeah.
honest. It depends on our schedules because
Mhm.
like some of us work shifts and stuff. So
So
I think we try for at least once a week.
at least once a week. If not, then let's just say in like a couple of weeks, it's at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Something
good.
like that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially obviously if we got a show coming up and we haven't met up for a while, we'll either come here or if John's car's not working again, we'll go to London.
Breaks down.
I
Um,
just want to make it clear. It's not that it stops working. It's that someone takes me out.
okay, someone reversed into his car, so he was off road for a while.
It was,
So we had to go to London.
It was a truck.
A truck hit me sideways on.
Yeah.
And it had to be recovered.
Yeah.
It was fine, but it was a major pain.
Yes, it was. So not in a good sort of sense of things, we'd probably meet here. I've got a dining room just around the corner, which is large enough to put everybody in my electric kit. We've got mixing desk, we've got our in-ear system, we plug everything in, and yeah, we just jam for what 3-4 hours or
That's
so.
what it is. Where we write. But if
Yeah.
we actually rehearse
Yeah.
for a show, we'll go to a studio.
Yeah,
I think-
if we're doing a show, we'll go to a studio because obviously you can't beat that sort of acoustic sound with a proper kit.
Obviously, I think for the Spice of Life, we had like 4 sessions in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Something
Something
like
like
it,
that.
it was a lot because
It
just
got
work
intense.
schedules weren't
Mhm.
aligning.
yeah.
We were
So
like,
so
yeah,
once, well, like we had 2 days back to back, like a Monday and a Tuesday.
that was a long time.
We were driving in and out of London to do rehearsals because again, John was only just around the corner from a studio. So yeah, there was myself and Rio and James driving up just to get to the studio for about 7 o'clock, and we'll be like there at like 10, 11, whatever, and then drive all the way back again. And then sort of like get on with our daily lives and then do the same thing again, just battling through the traffic. So yeah, it's, sometimes you just have to do whatever you need to do when it comes to rehearsing.
It's not an easy life as people all seem to think.
It's not, no.
It's even harder for us, like, because like I said, some of us work shifts, and it's a case of like we do our sessions in London that probably take us on a good run, still an hour and a half to get there one way. Then we do the 7 to 11 and be like, no, we're going to pack down early because we've got to be in the office for 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Anyways, midnight rolls around and we're still there chatting.
Well, that's the thing.
And, like,
We'll pack
spitballing
down and we're
ideas.
still outside chatting for about half hour, 40 minutes until we're like, I really got to go. It's
Well,
good. Even though the traffic's gone.
I can
You'll
see
do
that.
that. We'll get to that point of I really got to go, and then half an hour later we'll go.
Yeah, because we're
I
still
can see,
talking
I
about
can see how it goes when one of you start because of the way this is going. It's interesting. But
You know what? Fair point.
Yeah.
the thing is though, how often do you do live gigs?
Whenever we can, really. I mean, we've had the 2 recently, so Friday last week and Sunday last
We've
week.
announced the rest for the year as well.
Yeah, we've got one again on Sunday, and then we've got a couple more until the end of the year.
So we've got one Sunday.
Yeah.
We've got one 29th of October
Four gigs.
at the Water Rats.
Yeah,
in
Water
London.
Rats.
Hold on, we'll get to this bit. We'll get to this bit at the end where we're promoting all that. All right. Right, what's your plans with the band and where you want to go with it?
Oh yeah, you thought, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
I thought-
Who wants to?
as far as we can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
The goal that I have is just to have as much fun with it as we can, and if that means that we get bigger, we have a bigger audience, we do more shows, and we get to go to different places where people want to see us. Awesome, let's do that.
Yeah, I think
If it
we're
means we stay where we are and we just have like friends that support us for that. Great, we do that as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to take anything, I mean, obviously, massive shout out to our followers, especially quite recently as well. I mean,
those that came to the Spice of Life, like, first of all, that was totally unexpected. Secondly, to come so far from like the other end of the country, phenomenal, like surreal.
I mean, we have people
amazing.
coming from like Peterborough and stuff like that to come see us, and like literally
Ipswich,
the middle of London, just to come watch our show, which is like 30 minutes of anybody's life. But
importantly
I
to
had
hang
people
out
come-
as well.
I have
Yeah.
people come from Sheffield to see it.
It's true.
That's
in a way,
They travelled 200 miles to see me sweat in a room for half an hour.
hey, that is dedication.
Are you planning to do a tour of the country at all or anything like that?
I think, like, just echoing what John was saying, is like, I think we would love to be in a position to do this full time,
Yeah,
but it's a very long road, and,
It is.
and we know that. But we are working as hard as we can to basically, we write songs that we enjoy and we love. We put on our own playlists, and to us, it's about the music. And if people come along for the ride, like they did at Spice of Life, then fucking awesome. If they don't, we still enjoy it. But we'd like to do a tour. It's just whether or not we can A, afford it, B, we can actually get the right promoters and stuff to get on board with us, if that makes sense, and attract enough people to come to the shows that these people will actually put us on.
I think
And
that
that's
you've
the
hit the nail
difficulty.
on the head with that. I mean, a lot of promoters nowadays. I've been in this game for quite some time, and it's still apparent that if you can't reach a minimum sales, then a lot of promoters aren't really interested in kind of putting you on. Which, you know, from a band that's very passionate about their sound, like we are, we spend a lot of time in the background, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, homing in on the actual sound of the performance. So it's,
Hundreds of hours.
yeah,
Hundreds of hours.
I mean, literally almost every day we're chatting. If not, I probably speak to these three more than I speak to my wife, for example, or even my kids, purely down to the fact because it does become a part of your life where you're so passionate about music, which I have been from a very young age, and you really want to engulf it and make it sort of like the best it can be. So in the background, you know, when we're rehearsing in sort of like the room, we're constantly playing around with our own sound in our mixing desk to the point where we want to be, when we go to shows, our mixing desk comes with us, and that is literally 2 cables from our mixing desk to the PA system, and that's it. We don't necessarily want a sound engineer, as much as they will be experienced. And don't get me wrong, there's some really good experienced sound engineers at venues, but we know what the sound should be, and trying to tell somebody else what it should sound like,
No,
they may get it right, but I can guarantee 80% of them won't get it right.
I totally understand that. And also, you're on about promoters and all the rest of it and all that. They're only interested in money.
And that's the issue, is like, we have, as lucky as we are to have the followers we do, and we love them to pieces, and it's surreal that we get so many people that enjoy our music.
100%.
And it's mind-blowing. The difficulty we have is a lot of them are outside the country, we've realized from our analytics. So when it comes to playing live and we enjoy it, and the people that are here do come see us and we love it, what the promoters see and what we need to get the shows is they go, well, you've brought X amount, but we need X amount. And we're like, well, put us on the show as an opener or a support, and we can probably get that over time. But as you know, and it's a lot of bands, you know, smaller than us and even larger than us, still in that smaller, like, you know, indie circuit, you know, they struggle because they don't get the opportunities to do it. And it's a catch-22, and it's a vicious circle.
The thing that I find frustrating about it is I don't know who else was there, but backstage after that Spice of Life show, Someone from the headlining band came up to me and went, "Oh, you guys are really good. How much touring have you done? Because you must have done loads to like get to that point." Nah.
How much tour?
We
No,
just
that's literally
worked
our
hard.
first show
together.
Yeah.
Our literally first show.
How many times we were played live? Once for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But-
As a band.
but-
Yeah.
but that's the whole point. It's like that is such a core part of it that they don't seem to care about quite as much, because it's more about, do you have enough friends in enough places to come and see you? Which is great. Like, I would love to get to that point where I can say, yeah, we've got friends all over and we can do anything we need to.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, how do you make those friends if you can't get to them?
Yeah, and that's the catch-22. It's like we were
Yeah.
quite lucky with the Spice of Life that Rio, with the previous and I had worked with Hotbox, and Hotbox knew Rio and was like, we know that you can put on a good show. We've heard you've got a new lineup. Let's see what you've got. Which I think we surprised them somewhat. But,
Really? But this is what my channel's about. This is why I do this. Is try and promote bands like yourself, because I'm sick of it. All they're interested in money, money, money. The bands, the people with the talent get paid the blooming least. I nearly swore then. And it just annoys me. So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is why I'm trying my damnedest to get bands like yourself out there, get you noticed, and all over the place as best I can. Although I'm actually bigger in Japan than I'm in my own country, to be honest. I
think statistically we're big in America.
yeah, we're bigger in America than the UK.
than the
which is-
UK, which is
we share your pain, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
but
it.
which is great.
I'm not bothered
This is
about.
very-
I'm
this is
not bothered. I mean, I can't.
ご出身様ありがとうございました.
I can't understand why Rio would come to this country. It's flipping raining all the time and flipping horrible.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
Yeah,
we've
we've definitely had that conversation now. Anywhere you could have possibly picked
we're glad she's here though.
the UK. I mean, but yeah, 100% happy that she's here. 'Cause otherwise, this wouldn't exist.
Oh no, I mean, because somebody says to me, "This is the way I've presented you as a band." Someone said, "I said, oh yeah, I've got an interview with a UK band with Japanese influence." There you go.
What was it? Because we've been having this discussion as well. Because the next discussion usually is what genre are you guys?
I've decided I'm militant about this.
Japan.
Yeah.
So
I've decided I'm militant because someone gave us a label and it's so good.
do you want to? You can explain the story.
Sure.
Do it.
Again, from Spice of Life show.
Yep.
There was someone else in the background who asked me how much touring we'd done. I said none, and they went, "Wow, you're really good." Yes, thank you. And then started talking about, well, what are you? Well, I don't actually know. It's kind of synthy. It's kind of heavy. I don't know.
It's like a mix of metal and
Something metal,
rock.
something core. It's a bit Japanese, and they went, "Oh, well, it's kind of like, I guess it's like Japan core or something." Yeah, that'll do. Oh, we're Japan
So
core now.
they coined that, and then we've had quite a few other people. Like I had quite a few people on that show come up to us and go, "Oh, we love your industrial sound. We love your J-poppy sound." And we've had like Ben at Upchairs who came to the show as well. A little shout out to him, and he summed it up quite well in when he did a reaction video as well, being a case of like they're industrial, they're metalcore, they've got J-pop influences, J-metal influences. So basically, we got this tag from whoever John was talking to, and we're just going, I guess that's the genre now, and it's just a mix of industrial metal, bit of metalcore, bit of J-pop, and a bit of dark pop, and then we have Japancore,
Okay, right.
whatever it is.
I've often said this when I'm doing a reaction about, I don't care about genre of music. It's if you like it or not and the way someone's put it together. There's too many genres for my
This
liking.
is the whole thing that I get into because
Well,
people
this
get
is
so
wrong.
caught up on like, oh no, this isn't blackened death metal. This is death and black metal. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Yes or no? That's all that matters.
That-
a lot of people are struggling to kind of cross hybrid genres, and it gets to a point where you're like,
The
well,
name's
where
already
do you
used.
sit? Because the promoters, again, going back to that conversation, are only interested if you fit in that pigeonhole of genre. If you don't fit and you're a crossbreed, then they will probably most likely not put you on a bill because you don't fit like the hardcore that they're trying to do, but
Yeah.
you don't quite fit sort of like
The
the
softer stuff, the
the
old
softer,
rock.
the whole rock or hip hop.
So that's the issue.
like Rage Against the Machine sort of kind of thing. So it's really hard.
So that's the current issue we have actually, because we're going through the process of applying for festivals for 2025, and a lot of their forms will say, you know, the usual stuff, your Linktree, your this, your that. What genre are you?
Yeah.
Who do you sound like? And I'm finding more and more. I'm writing in this thing, going, I don't know. Like it's great, but from that perspective, it gives us great difficulty because we turn around and go, they get thousands of applications, and we're basically going, I don't really answer your question. You've just got to kind of listen to it.
Yeah.
And then it ends up being like in brackets, it's a mix of this, and then Japan core.
Yeah, and then most of them don't even give you that option. They give you like a list that you have to tick. And it's just like, I can't tick any more than like a single box because we're technically a mixture of 3 or 4.
So which is great, and we love it, but
That's
and I agree with you in that it's just difficult from the marketing perspective, which is obviously at this stage a big, annoyingly and frustratingly, a big part of what we have to do.
Yeah.
This is why you're an interesting band, because you see, obviously I've listened to bands who I play, and the way you change, if you like, going through different genres. So what? It's music, and like I say, I like it. I like what you do, and it's great. But this is the trouble. I won't put these things in a genre at all. It's music. I've said this. I've got big ears. It's whatever suits these, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about. Oh, and also, why I think about it, merch. Have you got any merchandise?
Send this email 1 second. Just so Brian, he's got all of our links.
So
Hang on.
Right,
Actually,
I'll send you the links. There you go.
Thank you.
actually modded by Rio there, so a limited edition version.
So we
Right.
so we have this limited edition T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
I'm not included.
Okay. Talking
Yeah.
of
I'm not included.
limited edition T-shirts.
Yeah, so this is the first batch of our merch we've ever done, and we wanted to do something a bit special. So we've made 50 of these T-shirts, in small, medium, and large. Is over there.
Behind Rio.
Yeah. And as soon as these 50 are gone, we are never doing this particular color scheme again. That is it.
Okay.
With the hope that
make sure you sent me the link then.
you've got it. It's actually in the link tree I sent you, so
Good.
it's all in there. So once they're gone, they're gone. We will be doing other shirts. I think we're going to probably discuss in the next couple of weeks. I haven't told you guys this yet, but we are going to discuss the next batch of them coming, and what they would probably be like the standard ones we would restock. But these ones specifically, before we released Ronin, we wanted a unique set of T-shirts that at day one, that was our T-shirt. And if we are fortunate enough to progress this in 5 years time, and we see someone at a larger show that has one of those T-shirts, then I don't know, it would bring really good joy and happiness, be like, wow, you are from day one, thank you so much, you're a
Everybody
legend.
watching this, you better get out there and get one, because I might just buy them all. Talking of limited T-shirts,
Hey.
there's only one of the kind.
Oh,
This is Akane, the drummer in Bandmate.
Yeah.
Huh.
The artwork was done by a guy called Gary Holloway, and I obviously got on my T-shirt because I do my T-shirts as well, you see. So
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
I love it.
I'm going to have a word with Gary to see get some artwork of you lot. But I mean, well, honest, you look a bit like the Motley Crue, really, don't you? At the moment?
Yeah, we're not really dressed up today.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Friday occasion.
Yeah, I
End
know.
of the work week.
So I totally understand. I mean,
That's a good point, actually. Your face is on.
Yeah, your face.
Good point.
You've not got the nasty raccoon on.
I've not become like a
well,
hamburger.
you can't see his face. It's just covered with hair. It's just like it looks like his face is
I
coming
know,
through.
fully.
So, but I've got this, and when I'm on stage, I've got this. I'm just forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no. This is
Thank you.
forehead.
Oh.
Okay, you won that. You win that one. But yeah, it's very strange. I always find it quite not funny, amusing just to see John on stage, and he turns around whilst he's playing guitar, or just
On stage.
on stage. Yeah,
Well, you said sage.
did I say stage? I meant stage. On stage.
That's
You know,
all right.
it's the thing now for kids.
Because it's this thing where we'll be at the venue or whatever, and like at least the last 2 times,
Yeah.
and you know, about 10 minutes before, right, I'm gonna go get my face on now. I go off looking like this. I come back totally different. It's like, all right, I'm a different person now. Let's go.
It is.
I was going to say at one point, oh, me flipping on my makeup's all run off my face. Look a mess. And that now, yes,
That is an actual worry.
Rio's laughing because that's something she said. Was it on Twitter?
What do you
About
say?
You say a lot of things on Twitter, to be fair.
no,
Twitter's all you. So
I say so many like
it's a
You
gig.
need-
things.
You said apologising to people about your face being a mess because your makeup had run.
or
Oh,
is that after Friday?
yeah, I did.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I was so, like
Right, so that was amazing, right? Because we get there, just everything
Yeah,
that could have
that-
gone wrong did. It was
that
exactly
gig, the gig on Friday leading up to when we were on stage was just an S show of if it could go wrong, it's going to go wrong. We got to John's, my car broke down, it wouldn't start. We had to put the stuff in John's car with Rio. They went, me, James, and your friend Emily, jumped in an Uber with the remaining of the staff. Trying to get into the middle of Soho was just an absolute nightmare.
Well, there were 10 minutes before we were on stage.
We got there 10 minutes
You
literally
got
before
there
we
10
got
minutes
on
before.
stage.
I got that
And-
1 minute before.
Yeah, it was just an absolute rush. So everything leading up to that show that we're going, oh, it was an amazing show, was just a nightmare from pretty much London, from yours.
Pretty much from mine onwards.
Yeah, from yours.
But
onwards.
I've never been so stressed in my life.
It was by far the most stressful day of my life. But the thing that I really enjoyed about that was because you kept talking about that you were worried about sweating.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm worried about sweating as well because my face is going to come off too. We get about.
It was a bit Betty Swallocks, was it?
Yeah,
little bit, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
If you've seen the pictures, my hair's
I
melted.
mean,
Well,
yes. So the video that was done that's been released recently,
Mhm.
I think it was like Ronin, which is song number 1.
one.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
halfway
literally
through that
just
set, no offense to Rio, but she is sweating. And if you look in the background at me, I am dripping. It was so hot, and because it's like in a basement underneath
it?
the pub,
No ventilation.
there's no ventilation. There was about 80 odd people crammed in that area watching us play. Which, by the way, thanks for everybody that came to show us,
Thank you.
see us. It was just so hot. By the time I got to like the third song, I was like, I need a towel.
Yeah.
I was like going.
Oh yeah.
My hands were so sweaty, I couldn't barely hold the drumstick, and I was paranoid that I was going to throw one out in the crowd because it was so hot in there.
when we got to the start of the third was the first time that I looked over at everybody else. And at that exact moment, Rio also turned to face me, at which point I'd gone, oh, what's been done? Your fringe is all jacked in, the makeup's disappeared.
It was the fringe was all just like matted up from like because it was just so hot.
If you watch, there's on our Instagram, there's a reel that we got tagged in that someone does with clever editing, and there's 3 like strips of videos, and you can
Oh my
see
God.
the cuts through the songs just to see Rio's bang just getting
I look like
sweatier and
ghost.
sweatier.
You took a look.
Oh no. Sis, I look like ghost.
Yeah.
I saw myself in the mirror after the show, and I was like, my eyeliner was like, no, came here,
I was
and
gonna say,
I was
what
like,
eyeliner?
There was like cheek liner.
Yeah. I look over 5 minutes in, it's gone.
yeah, it's
We
gone.
call it stage makeup.
Yeah. It's gone. My eyebrows was gone too.
Yeah, I
That's why I'm at.
Yeah, it's a ghost.
I look like
It
a
was
panda.
intense.
Intense, yeah, intense. And I was like, oh my god, that's so scary. Oh, it's me.
You know, I always call this a chat with old Mr. B. I'm glad I do. Well, no, I never call it an interview because I try to sort of make it relax and have a chat. And this is probably the most chilled out one ever. honest.
If you ever doubted that your concept would work, you're welcome.
Yeah. I was going to say you won't get anything else from us apart
That's
from
it.
this.
We bought tea, we bought sweets.
I brought the sweets.
Oh yeah, you found it. But you know,
Thank you so much.
we're all up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
so
nice conversation.
no, this is good. I mean, it's the most chilled out one I've ever done, and I've done over 60.
Hey.
So, um, but no,
Thank you.
it's great. I wish they're all like this, you know. But obviously, when I've got to use like a translator or something, obviously it just changes the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I was going to say, yeah.
And
Because
I
they're
always
all formal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
and I tend to slow down talking as well
Oh.
because I can, you know, I mean, everybody speaks really fast in their own language.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
You guys are, yeah.
Yes. So sometimes we do have to repeat ourselves to Rio.
well, slow down.
'Cause- yeah.
Yeah,
Like a samba?
The samba. Yeah.
samba, yeah.
Yeah.
Samba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? So
Into samba.
I into okay.
Can't remember that. Was only like 10 minutes ago.
Into samba.
Samba, man.
I take it. Are you planning any new music? Have you got anything in the pipeline? I'm not, you know, if you don't want to talk about it, it's not a problem. You know, but, I mean, have you got
We got to discuss this announcement, yeah.
As musicians, we would be fools not to be writing in the background.
There is something.
Yeah, okay.
Something.
No, that's it.
Something.
That's it. You've said enough. That's fine. Yeah, don't.
Yes.
I'm not gonna-
Soon.
I'm not gonna push that. Because I mean, you haven't got many music videos up, have you? Just a couple, I think.
I think that's because they're expensive.
Yeah, I mean, from that sign, I probably have to put my hand up and say I'm probably guilty for everything else apart from Guild. So the past three.
Well, can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
Just green screen yourselves doing it wherever, and then put yourselves together somewhere. And that's
Yeah,
it.
we tried that. We tried that for Stains of My Soul, and there's a reason I didn't see the light of day.
No, we didn't green screen.
Well, we did initially, and then we didn't.
No, we green screened and we took some pictures.
And we didn't even use them. We used
We,
one.
we did, yeah, we didn't because they looked cack. So,
I can't
so
remember, I'm a little bit disappointed that you were talking about music videos and being guilty, but not for Guild. Not Guild Day. It's right there.
I'm sorry. No, my brain wasn't.
But
that way
anyway,
yet.
I'll get back.
But we do have and we do have the ability to kind of do that here at Rio HQ. I
Well,
guess
there's one issue with that, and we discussed this issue. Is like Guild is such a high quality production music video
Yes.
that Rio
Yeah.
done
Oh,
before we were
yeah,
way in
yeah,
the
excuse
picture.
me. Do you mind not keep rubbing that in? Because that's the one I didn't react to. I reacted to the news version. And
you know the other version of the video that
yeah,
you reviewed.
I'm going to. I'm going to-
So if you watch the video, you would see that.
I'm
If
going
you
to-
haven't seen it already, you can check out on YouTube.
I'm going to react to it. Honest.
But,
I have
That's fine.
I have
Yeah, I
reacted-
think because the bar was raised so high with that, we didn't want to kind of cheapen any other video by it. So I think we've kind of set at this moment whilst
Yeah.
we're still trying to find our feet, do the lyrical videos, do some like animation that we've started to get into now, and kind of like make it a little bit more video and music.
Yeah,
Base.
ultimately it comes down to cost, and
Oh, yeah.
and we would rather spend the money on the production
Of the
and the
music.
recording and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
high
yeah,
quality music that
Yeah.
people
'Cause
are
it's not
paying
cheap.
for.
It's
No,
not cheap.
not.
I have
And-
reacted to Stains. Is it Stains on my?
So
So yeah,
Yeah.
that was before the latest batch of recordings we done as well.
Yeah.
So that was
So-
you can probably tell it's a different studio we were in and stuff.
Well,
so.
I've reacted to that one. That's already up. I just got to do the thumbnail.
Never mind.
I've got the next 8 days are already done.
yeah,
I was going to do 7 more today, but I couldn't be bothered. So
especially not after us.
Respectfully,
no,
yeah.
no,
After
I'm working.
this
No,
nonsense.
I'll say this much. I'm working on a new intro. I don't know if you've seen some of my intros where I'm flying out the sky and doing all sorts of silly things.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm working on a new one.
Okay.
Can't wait to see it.
But it'll. I can't be serious. I have a job being serious. I
Yeah.
really do. I can't
Yeah,
help
so do we. I don't know if that's come across
I
at
don't know
all.
if you've got the vibe.
Yeah.
because the way I see it, the older I get, the dafter I get. I just, you know.
Not caring as much, didn't you?
Guilty.
Well, let's put it like this: since I retired, I'm now living my life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm now doing what I want to do. I don't have to get up and go work and everything else. I was going to go to Japan this year, but after an X-ray, I didn't. I'll tell you about that when I'm not recording. All right.
Right. Okay.
Although,
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
all know, I did put a thing up on my channel about my health.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
In which case,
We're
that's
really-
matane.
We're here, and thanks for watching.
Oh, we know.
So if you all want to say cheerio.
We're trying to figure out what to say.
Oh dear. I didn't realise it was that much of a difficult question, but
Just
yes.
say goodbye. Just
Bye.
It's not that hard.
Just
I don't like saying goodbye.
I don't. Oh,
Kanpai.
Matane then.
Ciao, ciao.
Kanpai.
come back.
Kanpai.
Kanpai.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
bye,
Thanks for
bye.
watching.
Bye. There you go. I told you they are absolutely. That was absolutely wonderful. Interesting thing. And I'll say, here's the merch. This is one of the 50, right? That they're doing a special run off. So go and check them out. They'll get all the information. Right, I'll have all the links below. There'll be one link there, and it'll list the whole lot. So if you want to go and get the merch, the music, it'll all be there from the one link, and it's their link channel, and that's it. You can just get to everything. That'll save you a lot of time searching. They are great. They are really are, and they obviously are sort of a new band, if you like, but you know, what lovely people they are. Great, that was a chat. And if what I need to know is if you want me to do a part 2, I will. I think I've got enough left to do a part 2 for sure. So check that out. So get over their channel, go and support them. Go and get over there, subscribe to their channel, and click the like and notification, because that's what helps. That is what helps them get noticed. I mean, they did that gig, and apparently, as you see, people have come from all over to see them, and they're sold out. So there you go. And also, there will be a list of concerts as well in the gigs they're doing. In the link, you'll see it's got all the latest gigs they're doing as well. So from that, you can go and check them out as well. So there you go. I forgot to look at that bit and sort of say when they are, but they are there. So that's the way to find out. Click on the link, and that'll tell you. You can see all the gigs and everything else they're doing. And my voice is going because I need a coffee. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, thank you so much for all your comments, your support, and everything else. Just go over there and support them. And thank you. You are all awesome. And of course, please stay safe, and hopefully this old fella will be back. Bye for now.